Ha ha ha! Welcome back to the Shane Show, friends. So happy that you could join Captain Jack Sparrow. Today, we have got a Sunday sermon for you. Waiting for some folks to join us today. If you like the music, folks, Sean Wesley White, song is Shipwrecked. Check it out on YouTube. I'll post a link here below. It works with the Captain Jack Sparrow kind of thing, isn't it? I've got a message today. A message from God himself. Woe, let he who hath ears to hear listen, for the voice of God is speaking. 1 Timothy, and I forget the exact verse, it says, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind. Hello, Diane. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. So, I respect you. I wish I had half of your self-control sometimes. I get angry. I say things. I think I have the best words, and then I rewatch my lives and I wonder, were they the best words? Hard to say. Only you can judge that. How does the freedom feel today, folks? Did you enjoy sitting in church with your muzzle on, wearing your face diaper? Was that fun? Oh, it made me angry. Made me angry. Tuned into a few online services today. Now, folks, look. I'm not a Christian. I don't call myself a Christian. I don't claim to be a Christian, but I was raised a Christian. I went to Bible college and I was going to be in the ministry. That's not kind of how life played out. It had other plans. I chose to marry my girlfriend and have a baby, a couple of them, start a family. But I still feel it. I feel like it takes the right circumstances. But when it happens, oh my Aries sun gets a little bit fired up. And I am today because the church, folks, the church is suffering. I went on a church live today. I greatly respected this man. In fact, he was one of my teachers in Bible college. Had a great amount of respect for this man, but after today, it is all gone. I called him what he is, a Judas. Selling out his flock for 30 pieces of silver? May God have mercy on your soul, David. I said my piece. All I did was post a gif of a sheep eating underneath his declaration that masks are mandatory in his church. Of course, his response to me was, although I agree with your comments, please refrain from commenting on these church posts. So then I clicked over to the service, and of course there he is wearing his face diaper, worshiping along, setting the example. It's in that moment that I realized that Dave Farrell, I'll say his name, is not a leader. He's leading, but he's a sheep, masquerading as a lion, leading his flock of sheep to destruction. It angers me, and it should anger you too, because I spent most of my life listening to the preacher tell me that when the end time comes, the church will be attacked. They will microchip us, that they will try to ruin the church, they will come for the Christians first, and that we will arise and fight back. That's not what's happening, folks. It's not what's happening at all. In fact, the church is complying with the demands of an evil and corrupt government that wants them gone. So rather than saying church, you can't go to church, they say you can go to church, but we're going to make it as inconvenient as possible. You must wear a mask from your car to the church, during the church, after church, and you cannot take your mask off until you get in your car. That's the post that set me off. You know, a lot of people aren't going to go to church. That's just the fact of it, and the government knows this. Death by 1,000 cuts. Or put your head in a guillotine when they force you to take the chip. If you won't even stand up to the government over a mask, are you going to sacrifice your life for the microchip? I think not. We have here an abandonment of the people by the so-called leaders. So now it falls upon the real leaders to stand up and fight. Are you a leader or are you a sheep? That's the question. Some people are sheep, and that's okay. You can be a sheep if that's what you are. Embrace it. I have sheep on my Facebook. I have sheep probably going to watch this. They don't know they're sheep, but they're sheep. But as long as you don't try to make everyone else a sheep, I guess we can get along. But the problem is that all those sheep are somewhat passive. I used to feed them as a kid at a sheep farm right next to my house. Used to go over and play with them every day. Sheep are fine, but you get enough of them, they can do some damage, folks. Well, this lion is not standing for it anymore. I'll speak my truth. I'll call the church what it is. The church is supposed to be the last place, the last bastion of free people, standing by the principles of the Bible, against oppression, against injustice, against evil. But instead, the church is becoming a tool of the state, working with the state to destroy itself. There is a cancer. There's a cancer amongst us, folks. There are wolves pretending to be sheep amongst us. The Bible warns of this. The question is, what will you do? Will you defer to your leader because he's a man of God? Or will you tell him the truth? Will you speak truth to him? It doesn't have to be mean, folks. You don't have to get all fired up like Big Daddy Hugs does. I do this to inspire you to get off your damn couch. Do something. Because I don't go to that church. I don't go to any church. But I might start. If you can tell me of a church where the pastor is a true man of God, who follows God over man, who follows God over government, and was willing to stand against darkness and suffer the slings and arrows of the enemy, that man I will follow. But as of yet, the word hasn't come in yet. Now, I have heard that there might be a church or two amongst us that is willing to stand. Well, if there is that church, please send it to me. Please let me know, and Sunday morning, I just might show up. I just might show up to see what a real man of God looks like, to see what a real leader looks like in the flesh. But until such time, I will just rant and complain and try to inspire you to see the nonsense that is amongst us. Nonsense, you say? Nonsense! Nonsense! Yeah, nonsense. Wear a mask in public! Can't get your hair cut, but you can get a lap dance? Unreal, folks. Literally unreal. Can't go to church in zones. As I believe it, can't go to church in zones 1 and 3. Can't get your hair cut. Can't get a shave. But you can go get a girl, take her clothes off and rub herself all over your body. Literally inches, not even inches. Trust me, I've had a few lap dances, folks. The distance between me and that stripper was, well, there was no distance. That's what you pay for. It's $20 a song, okay? For $20 for 3 minutes, no girl's got her clothes on. And she's standing on stage because I was getting that for free out in the main area, okay? So you tell me how the government thinks that's fair. It doesn't. The government is evil, folks. It's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be people representing other people. But instead what it's become is a bunch of corrupt men and women being paid by China to support what China wants. China's taking over our country, folks. And you might not realize it yet. You might not want to admit it to yourself. That's what's happened. Do you know that Trudeau gave security of all the Canadian embassies to China? A Chinese company? Did you know that? Giving hundreds of millions of dollars to China for social women's programs of our fucking money. Well, this weed is fresh crop, man. It's a little wet. You're right, Diane. It's not about our health. It's about control. It's about taking away our ability to make our own decisions. That's what it is. Trust the government. The government knows better than you. Come on now. Think about that. What is the fucking government but a bunch of people? Smooth-talking salesmen that convince you to vote for them. And then got paid off by the biggest bidder to do whatever the fuck the rich people want them to do. And it ain't the rich people. I'm not against rich people. I think rich people are great. Most of them are great people. Except for Bill Gates. You know, the gates of hell. Hello. Force vaccinate everybody on the planet. Lower our population. He's on record as saying that. It's on YouTube. He wants to lower the world's population by forcibly injecting us with his product. He's not a doctor or a scientist. He's just a rich billionaire. Hello. Wake the fuck up, folks. This guy should not be making our decisions. Over 400 mayors. The largest cities in Canada were on a conference call 3 weeks ago with guess who? Bill Gates. And yet you think the government cares about you. The government is doing what China and Gates wants them to do. Simple as that. Trudeau's been paid off. He's just a fucking figurehead. He just does as he's told. And he's corrupt as fuck 3 times now. 3 times he's been caught with his hand in the cookie jar. 3 times he's managed to weasel out of it. And you can't say it's, vote conservative, that's better. Come on, look at Blaine Hitler Higgs out there. Running our province like he is Hitler. Telling us we can't go outside and breathe the fucking air. Unless we do it his way. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm swearing, I'm getting angry. It's a righteous indignation. Righteous anger is allowed in the Bible. They are scared of awakening people, Diane, I know. This whole scamdemic thing, folks, research PCR tests, okay? False positives out the yin-yang. The more they magnify them, the higher the chances, or magnify them way off the charts. They never talk about that. It's a virus that's so dangerous that you don't even know you have it. Think about that. We shut down the global economy. People are killing themselves. Depression's off the fucking charts. For a virus that you don't even know you have, it's that harmless. It's a world gone mad. It's a world gone fucking bananas. Hey, bananas. Yeah? Well, what can you do? I can tell you what you can do. Do you have one of these phones in your hand like I got right here? Do you have one of these? We can use it. You can use it for good. You know, that's all you can do. That's what I'm doing right now. Using what little freedom I still have left to try to wake some people up. You know, folks, Canada's a wonderful country. It's our country. It's not China's fucking country. It's not Trudeau's fucking country. Yes, exactly. They magnify the cycle 45 times instead of 30, which anything over 30 is insane. That's right, Diane. And then they use those false positives as justification to scare the shit out of us and take away our rights. Problem, reaction, solution has been going on since fucking forever. It's the oldest game in the book, but I guess maybe we've been taking too much fluoride in our toothpaste, the vaccines, maybe they fucking damage our brain and cause us so that critical thinking is gone. I mean, who knows? It sure seems that way sometimes. I'm a daredevil. I am a daredevil. Are you? Gotta take more risks, folks. Gotta take more risks. You gotta stand up. And yeah, it ain't gonna be easy. I know we're passive. I know we're Canadians and we just want everyone to get along. But you gotta get mad as hell so you won't take it anymore. When it's your mother, it's your dad, it's your aunt, your uncle, stuck in that old folks' home, and they die alone, with nobody to hug them in the last 6 months of their life, you gonna feel good about yourself? Are you gonna be able to look back on this period in history 20 years from now and say, well, that's how it goes? Well, you know what? That's what happens is you end up that old person locked in that old folks' home. Last year, 6 months of your life, no one's allowed in because guess what? This whole COVID thing ain't going away, folks. This China virus is here to stay. The control is here to stay. We're never going to be able to stop taking off our masks. Unless you get vaccinated. We all know that's the end game. I mean, if you don't, you haven't been paying attention to my Facebook. Thank you, Diane. It's hard to do this. You take a lot of shit. People don't give a shit now. They never did, I guess, about me. So I guess that's why I don't care. If I cared about my reputation, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd just be trying to play the fucking game, right? Do what you want me to fucking do, say what you want me to say, just so I can get ahead, get a few extra coins in my pocket. Fuck that shit. We've played it safe too long, folks, and the evil has gotten out of control. So now we have to do whatever it is we can. Now, hey, look. We're not all frontline warriors. I get that. I'm not asking you to come to rallies unless that's what you want to do. I'm not asking you to go in and give your boss the finger and tell him I'm not going to wear a mask unless that's what you want to do. But I am asking you, in whatever way you can, whatever way God inspires you to not comply. That's all. That's all I'm asking you to do. It can be a minor thing. It could be sharing this video. It could be sharing a meme. It could be making a comment on a status of someone who said something so absurd that they have to be taken into account on it because it goes against science. There's people going around that don't know anything about this PCR test. They don't know the false positive. They don't know any of this shit. So what are you going to do? I'll tell you what you got to do. You got to stand up, folks. You got to stand up and take your power back. That's all you can do. However you can. Massive non-compliance with these insane encroachment on our rights is all that we can do. In any war, there are people behind the scenes, supplying the troops, motivating the troops. Officers are needed. Generals are needed. These people don't fight. Those people do what they can in their own way. We all have our skills. Some of us are frontline warriors, and some of us aren't. I have both on my Facebook right now, both watching this video. Diane is a frontline warrior, and God bless you, dear. I mean, you put it out there, and you've inspired me. But I'm not you. I can only do what I can do, and you can do what you can do, and together we'll get it done. So, Kolsha says it's time for me to wrap this up. All right, Kolsha. All right. Kolsha says I've gone on too long. Folks, do what you can. That's what it is. Hugs are illegal now. Big Daddy Hugs did not know when he became Big Daddy Hugs that hugs would be illegal. But now that they are, I like being Big Daddy Hugs better because now I'm way more rebellious. Before I was cuddly. Now I'm a rebel cuddly. Whatever. That's better. I want to give you a hug. And the fact that I'm breaking the law to do it only makes me want to do it more, folks. Sorry to say, but some people are born that way. So, hey, if you see me out there, I got a hug for you. Take off your mask and give it to me. And I'll give it one back. Together we'll get through this, folks. Somehow, some way. I love you. Big Daddy Hugs signing off. Have a wonderful Sunday. Happy Thanksgiving. Love yous.